action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here, and today I'm here to talk Star Wars with you guys. So, a couple things on the agenda today. So, yesterday was the debut of the final trailer for Rise of Skywalker. It debuted last night during Monday Night Football. So, I want to share my thoughts on that trailer. And then also yesterday, I got this box here, which is came from Hasbro. It is filled with a ton of Star Wars toys based on the new movie. And you can see it comes in this collector-oriented type box like they often send out for these movie promotions and stuff. And so I'm going to open this up and show you exactly what's inside of it. But then I'm also going to give you an opportunity to win this box and everything that's inside of it. So, like I said, this thing has probably between $300 and $500 worth of merchandise in it. A big thanks to Hasbro for sending me this. And I have like a lot of the stuff I had already bought. This is all stuff that came out on Force Friday. So a lot of the stuff I had already purchased and even reviewed. But again, I'm going to give this box with everything in it to one lucky viewer out there. Now, the way the contest is going to work is it will be open to everybody. If you're under the age of 18, please get your parents' permission before you enter. However, the contest is technically not going to be held here on YouTube. I am going to require, and I do apologize, but I do need you to go over to the Star Wars section on the Toy News International message boards. There is a topic going on about last night's trailer, and I simply just want you to chime in and share your thoughts there. So you can comment in this video if you want, sharing your own thoughts, but that's not going to get you entered into the contest. You do have to go over to the message boards on the website and share your thoughts there. I will put a link to the direct thread that you need to comment in. If you're not already, you will have to be a registered member of the message boards there. It's a simple procedure, so just take you a minute to do. But again, if you want to be able to be entered for this, you'll have to go over there and do that. Now, you'll have until today and Sunday, which is the 27th. So I'm giving you till the end of the week, basically. And then I will announce over there in that thread the winner, the name of the winner. I won't announce it here on YouTube. So another reason that you'll want to make sure that you're monitoring that thread over there is, and that winner will be announced on Monday. So next Monday, the 28th, probably a midday or what have you. But again, you do want to hit that link in the comment section below to take you to that thread. And then, like I said, all you have to do is just share your thoughts on the trailer, which I assume if you're into Star Wars, if you're interested in a box like this, you're going to have already seen the trailer. If not, I will also put a link to the trailer so you can check that out. Actually, the trailer is embedded in the thread that you'll be going to. So like I said, if by some chance, some remote chance you've been living in a cave or something, you can check out the trailer over there as well. Okay. So I guess I'll go in and share my thoughts on the trailer real quick. I'm not going to go into too detail. I liked it. I mean, I always like Star Wars trailers. Just, if nothing else, the music always gets me. I will admit that I did get a little teary-eyed with the scene with C-3PO when he's like, what are you doing, C-3PO? And he's like, I'm looking at my friends. I was kind of expecting that, like, right after he said that, his eyes were going to pop to red or something, because it looked like that little dude was messing with 3PO. So, and I'm guessing that for whatever reason his eyes turn red because of whatever that little droid maker dude does. But I was definitely thinking, he said that emotional scene, and then all of a sudden it pops to red and of course we don't know why his eyes actually pop red. I've seen speculation like Darth Vader, basically takes over his body. Anakin, created C-3PO. Maybe the Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. I tend to doubt that, but we'll have to see. My wife thinks that the title is referring to Kylo Ren, the Skywalker that will rise as Kylo Ren. And I think that's actually a possibility, especially if you watch the trailer. There's a scene, in the last movie, him and Rey actually worked together for a little bit. And then in this movie, there's a scene where they're in that white room. It's on some planet because you can see a window, and they're in some kind of city. Very white looking, has windows like an Imperial base, but very white looking. But you can see both Rey, who's also holding some kind of dagger, and Kylo Ren are working together to basically take out whatever that object is. A statue, I'm not entirely sure. Looks too small to be an actual person, or look too small, I should say. But definitely they seem to be working together at some portion in the movie. So be interesting to see. It looks like, Palpatine's definitely back. We see we see a throne. So I don't know how many of you followed the old, back in the day with the Ralph McQuarrie concept art for the original Star Wars movies and stuff, but the throne that we see kind of rising out of the ground, that looks just like the original concept for the Emperor's throne. So looks like Palpatine definitely is going to be in this movie. There's a scene where Rey is kind of looking up, and you can see the black cloaked hood of Palpatine. At least that's the assumption I'm making. So definitely seems like he somehow has returned from the dead. Looks kind of like, to me, I feel like when the trailer opens, that's Endor. So I'm thinking maybe we're going back to Endor, which I'm happy about, because maybe we'll actually get some actual knowledge of what happened between the events of Jedi and Force Awakens. Looks like she's running through the woods, and then at one point she's someplace where she jumps up, and I don't know if that's, so one of two things. Either it looks like the Death Star, the second Death Star, crashed on Endor. So we've seen scenes in other trailers where we saw the wreckage of the Death Star laying on a planet, and then I'm guessing that's Endor, which makes sense. It was in orbit of Endor, so all the remaining pieces would fall to the planet's surface, or moon surface, I should say. So that makes sense. And they go back here. So one of the scenes, it looks like Rey and Kylo Ren are facing off in the room where Palpatine and Vader and Luke all had their final moments in Return of the Jedi. You can see the broken out window. You can see Palpatine's chair that he was sitting in Return of the Jedi, and it's all trashed and everything. So definitely. And so I'm guessing they go back to Endor, and for whatever, they're looking for something in the wreckage of the Death Star. Maybe leads to Palpatine. I don't know. They confront Kylo Ren. That's purely my speculation, but just what we're seeing here, that seems like something along those lines is how things are going to play out. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Again, head over to the message boards and share your own thoughts on the trailer. Again, you can comment here if you want to. That's completely cool. I'm not going to discourage you from commenting here, but if you want to be entered for a chance to win the box here, you definitely have to go follow the link and comment over there. Okay, so the box. So again, this is, Hasbro sends these out generally with big movies for Star Wars and Marvel. Again, all the product that's in this box is stuff that's been out for weeks, came out on Force Friday. So there's nothing new in here that you probably haven't seen already. Much of it I've actually reviewed or will be reviewing, because like I said, a lot of it I had already purchased myself before I even received this box or even knew I was getting it. And but the box itself, I always feel a lot of times the box is as cool as the stuff inside. So you get like Rey and BB-8 and Dio on the front there. On the back, we got the Sith side, which is the Sith troopers and Kylo Ren with his repaired helmet. And then on the sides, it just says things like Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. So, and then on the top, it's got, again, the logo, and it's got Rey and Kylo Ren on each side, and it's the same on the bottom as well. So, what is inside the box? Well, a variety of things for people of all ages is in here. So we've got vintage collection figures, we've got role play items, we've got new adventure figures for the younger kids, and then we also have some Black Series figures in here as well. So all the Black Series figures are from that first wave that came out on Force Friday, and it is only just the figures based on the Skywalker movie. It's not like from the ones from the Mandalorian or the video game or anything. So we've got Rey here with Dio, and we've got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Let's see what else. And we've got a Sith Trooper. So that's it for the Black Series. Actually, I'm just going to set these aside. I'll have to repack this box up. So, and we got the Adventure Series figures, which is really their, they ditched the 5 points of articulated figures and have gone with these, which I haven't actually opened these myself, but I've watched a couple reviews on these. And these actually seem kind of cool. I like these for the kids, for the figures made for the younger kids. I actually think this is vastly improved over like the 5 points of articulated figures that they had been doing for the previous movie. So we've got Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren again. We've got Chewbacca here. And then we've got the droid multi-pack. So you get R2-D2, you've got BB-8, and then D-O. So I'm going to set those over there. And then for vintage collector fans, we again have figures from the initial wave that was put out on Force Friday. Just the Skywalker movie figures, Rise of Skywalker. So we've got, again, Rey with D-O. And then we've got the Sith Jet Trooper, not the regular Sith Trooper, but the Jet Trooper. There is a regular Sith Trooper figure that they've released for the vintage collection line, but that wasn't released in the very first wave. We've got the Knight of Ren. Now, I haven't followed every little bit of info. I thought originally these Knights of Ren were supposed to be like the other Jedi that Luke was training that I guess turned bad or whatever. That was, last time I heard about Knight of Ren, that was the theory behind these guys. But somebody had mentioned something about like Kylo Ren wasn't a Sith, he's a Knight of Ren. And frankly, I'm not sure what the difference is, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We've got also Zori Bliss, so another new character. Oh, and one other for the Adventure series, we've got Finn there. And then also for vintage collector fans, we've got the vintage collection Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter. I reviewed this the other week. Hopefully you have checked that out. Now I want to note, for those of you who've checked out my review, some of you were like trying to give me a hard time about the landing gear. I tried to pull the landing gear forward. I tried to lock it in place. It would not lock in place. If it had, obviously I would try that. The reason why it was loose is because it just wouldn't lock in place. So I don't know if it was just mine or what, but my landing gear just wouldn't lock in place. And these back ones, you can turn them however you want. Yes, you're technically supposed to have them forward. And in some of the portions of the video I did, but I also in some of the portions had them sideways. And it's, it's up to you. There's nothing set rule that says you have to have it a certain way. But either way you turn it, the back ones, when you lift it up, again, they don't really lock into place very well. And so they do have a tendency, again, at least on the one I reviewed, had a tendency to fall out. Otherwise, I think this is a very solid toy. It's definitely one of the better made X-Wings that they've done. It does cost about $100 at retail. So, if you can pick it up free here, I think it's definitely this is one of the stars of this box, in my opinion, because I think this is a very cool toy. It's very pricey at retail, but I think it is a well-made X-Wing overall, and worth adding to your collection if you're still collecting the 3 3/4 inch stuff. Okay, so let's see. Let me set these vintage collection figures aside, since that's it for the vintage collection stuff. Running out of space here to set stuff aside. Okay, and then the final things are role play items. So we've got this new lightsaber, which I think the idea behind it's called a Scream Saber, and I think it is record your own sounds. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, I'm going blind. I stare at computer screens too much. Let's see. And I don't, oh wait, here's my glasses. So I'll put my glasses on so I can actually see this. Okay. Record your own sounds. Oh, that's why I couldn't read it, because it's just, that's all it says, and then it just says it in multiple languages. Sound modes. So I guess you can talk into it and record your sounds, and it has some sound effects of its own. And again, it's a role play type lightsaber. Record your own sound. Yeah, just the same thing. So I guess that's the idea behind it. And it's a blue lightsaber, so it's meant to be Rey's lightsaber. So you get that. Great item for the kids, I think. I think kids will probably definitely enjoy that. Then we get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's helmet. So another role play item for the kids. Has The bigger the shout, the brighter the glows. So I guess the red markings on here actually start to glow, which is probably pretty cool. Yeah, it's got lights, and it lights up as you talk into it, I guess. So I don't know if these light up in the movie, if these lines. I assume that he just welded his mask back together because, I guess he couldn't get a new mask, and that's what these lines are for, but I don't know. And then finally, we get the Dio remote control toy. So they do a lot of these droids as remote control items, and that goes back as far as the Kenner days. So now we get Dio, the new droid for the new movie. I don't know anything about this droid other than he rolls, but you get a remote control version of him. So that's it for the box. Like I said, I mean, I haven't added up exactly, but like the X-Wing alone costs $100, and then you take the $20 Black Series figures, the $12 to $15 vintage collection figures, and the role play items, and definitely you have at least 300, probably even more, worth of merchandise here. So, and like I said, for all ages. So if you're a collector, if you have kids who are into Star Wars, this box is going to give you a lot of variety. So might be handy to win for Christmas, the upcoming holiday or what have you. I don't know. But like I said, be sure to check out the link below. And again, it's open to everybody. So I will be covering the shipping, even if you're international, which will, believe me, this thing will cost a pretty penny to ship internationally, but I'm opening it up to everybody. But again, if you're under 18, do get your parents' permission. You do have to be a registered member on the Toy News International message boards. And again, all you have to do is enter. You only get one entry. I mean, you can comment multiple times. If you start getting into a conversation over there about the trailer, that's great. But you're only required to comment once, and then you get entered once. And then we'll do the drawing on Sunday and announce the winner on Monday. So seems pretty fair to me. Go support the website, win some free toys. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. So, and again, feel free to comment down here in the comment section of this video as well. I'm certainly not going to dissuade you from that. Always love hearing from you there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.